What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Brooklyn. Um, I'm here. I'm here just doing this video. Sorry, I've got swollen glands. Don't know what is going on there. Hurts. Anyway, just wanted to give you my thoughts on the breakup between um Jason and Aubrey. Um, they were once called together. They were together in a relationship. If some of you don't know, they were once called All J's Love together. Um, they obviously broke up. Now, I've watched their videos from when they were All J's Love to their separate accounts. Obviously, I watched their breakup videos. I watched them when they were in a relationship. When I watched them when they're in a relationship, I thought it just seemed it just seemed so much like they were in love and everything. And then when they broke up, like, it really made me feel very unhappy, because I was, like so many viewers of theirs, I was, electrified by their relationship as a transgender couple. Um, for those of you who don't know, Jason is a trans man who was assigned female at birth and turned to a man, and Aubrey is a trans woman who was assigned male at birth turned to female. I happen to be a trans man assigned female at birth turned to man. Um, if you want to know more, I'll put a link in the description of my um, channel. Um, but anyway, my thoughts on this is basically, Aubrey, I'm not being funny and I love you, girl, but like, I think you're hot and that, but you're disappointing me. Like, me being more Jason's age range, like, I really thought that, she felt him, like, I really thought she was feeling him, and I really thought she was all for him and for him, for him. I really thought they would last together, you know, it seemed like that way. And to me, Jason really loved her, and I think he still does. I mean, that love, those emotions don't just go just like that. And yes, in a small way, he still has the emotional range of a female, of a cisgender female. And in a way, Aubrey still has the emotional range of a cisgender male. But they are still, Jason, sorry, but he's still a man. I'm sorry, but he's still a man. Trans men are men and trans women are women. It doesn't matter if they were born this way, born that way. It doesn't matter their emotional range. They are still their gender identity that they are, that they have that they are. I wouldn't say they chose, because you don't choose to be transgender. Again, if you want to know more information on whether you choose to be transgender or not, I'll put the link in the description below. Um, but at the end of the day, I think really, Aubrey, you made poor decisions. Poor decisions. That don't mean that she's in any way a bad person, like, but she made poor decisions. That guy loved her. That guy loved her. My goodness, what I would give for a boyfriend like him. Well, in my case, well, I am, pansexual, so I don't really care. What I would give for a boyfriend or girlfriend or someone like him to be my partner. He literally went all out for her. He would do anything for her. My goodness, he loved her. He loved her. He compromised with her. Certain things that he didn't like. There were certain things that I seen that he weren't too interested in, and that she was interested in. He made sacrifice, and he compromised for her. And he did, when they broke up. He was willing to make a go of things and fight for his relationship, but obviously she done made up her mind already to break up with him. So he had no choice, and he had respect for himself and for her, and he had no choice but to just let it be, because she wanted to let it be. So why not just leave it to her and let it be? But my thing is, I've just watched a video of her and her friend. I don't know who she was. Her and her friend. Talking about the responses that other YouTube viewers had on their breakup and stuff like that. And her friend saying that she won't want to date. She don't date trans men. And then Aubrey saying how she don't want to date trans men anymore, that she wants to date a real man. Wow. That overthrew me. I'm sorry. Real man, that overthrew me. I had to leave a comment because I thought to myself, what the fuck? That overthrew me so much, because you are, by saying real man, fucking hell, you're a transgender person yourself. I hope you realize that by saying that on media, on YouTube, for the world to see your videos, people are watching your video. And for you to be saying you want to date a real man. Yo, let me put this phone down for a minute. Let me just, because that pissed me off. It did piss me off. Hold up. A real man, yeah? Okay. You are transgender yourself, even though, yes, you are opposite end of the transgender spectrum, but you're still trans. Remember that. By saying you don't want to date transgender men no more, okay? How you want to date a real man. I hope you know you're invalidating all transgender people by saying that. Because trans men are real men, because they identify that way. Transgender women are real women because they identify that way. Just listen. Just because you felt how you felt about Jason, and you didn't love him anymore, you stopped loving him and whatever, you made your decision to break up with him. That don't mean you can slander your own community, and you're slandering yourself, because by saying you want to date real men. Maybe you should rephrase that and say cis men, because I know you're talking about cis men. I know you're talking about cis. You're trying to say cis men. Say cis men, because you're describing. When you say cis men, all you're doing, you would be describing men that are not trans. But when you're saying real man, how you saying you don't want to date trans men anymore, you want to date a real man, you're basically saying that trans men ain't real men. You're saying that trans men are pretending to be a man and they're not actually a man when they identify as a man anyway. So you're basically invalidating trans men, and by invalidating trans men, you're invalidating yourself and other trans women and other trans men, and not just Jason. If that's a shade, if you're throwing shade to Jason and Jason, if you're thinking you're just throwing shade to Jason and Jason only, my girl, you're throwing shade to all transgender people, and that ain't cool. You have disappointed me. You really have. Like, one, that boy loved you. That guy loved you to the bone. You ain't gonna get listen. You ain't gonna get no better than Jason. Okay, I can't stress enough. There is not many people out there like Jason, especially cisgender men. You listen. The grass ain't always greener on the other side. No cis man is gonna understand you better than a trans man. Why? Because cis men ain't trans. They ain't going through transgender issues. Number two, by dating a cis man, say you date a cis man, let's call it person A. Let's call this cis man that you're gonna be that you potentially may be dating in the future. Tom. Say you date Tom and Tom's a cis man. This Tom ain't gonna know you better like Jason. This Tom ain't gonna understand you better than Jason because of the fact that you're trans. Okay? And three, how do you know this cisgender Tom, this cis man Tom, can treat you better than Jason? My goodness, you have literally fallen on death's door. You know you fucked yourself up. You know you fucked yourself up. I suggest you be single. I'm not telling you what to do with your life, but my advice is stay single and do you. Find out what you want, because right now you don't know what you want. Right now it seems to me that you're confused. You don't know what you want. Because if you did, you go on better than this. I really feel like she don't know what she want. See, this is the thing. Whether you are a man or woman, masculine or feminine, it's your personality, your character that goes on this. That is important. It's not the fact that your gender identity. You know what? I'm sorry, but people need to stop making excuses for her actions. Her gender identity has nothing to do. Her gender identity, her sex chromosomes, her genitalia, the fact that she's on estrogen now and not testosterone, has nothing to do with the decision she made. I'm sorry, but that's my opinion. It has nothing to do with the decision she made. Her character has everything to do with it. Her character, her lack of character. And this is just me being honest. I'm just giving you my honest shit, yeah? My honest thoughts and opinions, yeah? And feelings on this. Your lack of character, okay? You may be a good person, like you may have a good heart, but it's your lack of character. People are gonna judge you on your character. And Okay, for example, with my ex, I dated a cisgender man before I stuck to my gender identity as a man, before I came out as trans. I dated a cis man. We were together for nearly a year. We were even living together. And I'm not trying to compare my relationship with my ex to yours and Jason's, but I'm just giving you a leeway here. This is before I came out as trans. Okay, I still identify as a man, but I weren't living as a man properly. I didn't come out as trans at this point, being my ex. But we were together for nearly a year and living together, sleeping in the same bed. I felt uncomfortable having sex with him. I stopped having sex with him. I made my choice to not have sex with him anymore and make an excuse to keep him happy. Like, I don't want to have sex with him because of, sex before marriage. I don't agree with it. Which, that had nothing to do with it. That sex before marriage, that had nothing to do with me not wanting to have sex with him. I didn't want to have sex with him because I felt disgusted and uncomfortable with having sex with him. I still loved him. Granted, I still loved him. I still, I still cared about him. And part of the reason of me breaking up with him is because I still cared about him. I didn't want to stay in a relationship with him knowing that I would hurt him some. I knew that if I stayed in a relationship with him knowing how I felt about myself and about him and about the relationship in general, I would be hurting him even more by lying to. I was lying to him by being in a relationship with him. I was lying to myself by being in a relationship with him. I was lying to everybody else by being in a relationship with him. So I decided, you know what, I don't want to lie no more. So I just want to break. I can't be in a relationship with him, thus living a lie. I am not straight. I am not a female, a woman. I identify as a man. I am not this way inclined. So, I didn't, I fell out of love with him. So I had to break it off, even though I did hurt him in the process still. But he would have got over it in time. He would have got over it much quicker if I stayed in a relationship with him and cheated on him with a woman. Do you know what I'm saying? So I broke up with him. I decided, you know what? I'm gonna tell him, look, I don't love you anymore. I don't feel like this for men like that. Like I do like I'm attracted to men, other men, yeah, but not sexually. I wouldn't have sex with a man. You know what I mean? I would be in a romance. I'll date a man and talk to a guy and flirt and everything. I can flirt so I'm blue and purple in the face with a guy, but I would never get in a romantic relationship or have sex with a man. That's just my thing. I was unhappy for a while with him, just like Aubrey. Um, I respect the fact that she told him instead of cheating on him. Do you know what I'm saying? I respect the fact that she came clean with him and told him. I respect that. That is, To be honest, that shows a little bit of a level of maturity. You recognize something's a problem, you fight it head on, you discuss it before you make the biggest mistake of your life by cheating. Okay? But the thing that I don't understand is, to me, it feels like, and it seems like, that she used the trans status as an excuse to break up with him. Not just that she felt she couldn't be with him because she felt out of love with him, but it feels like now you're making a video and saying you don't want to be with transgender men anymore, but how you want to be with a real man. You're making it seem like we ain't real, we're just pretending that we really are women, but we ain't really men. That's what you're saying. So anyway, I'm gonna done this. I'm gonna go and get something to eat because it's getting late for me now. And I need to go to bed early for my course tomorrow. Last day of my week on the week of my course tomorrow. So for this week. So I'm gonna get going and get eating and whatnot because your subject is it's derogative and I don't. Anyway, best of wishes, best of luck to you, Aubrey. I hope you find your better half. I hope your life goes really well. Blessings to you and to Jason. Okay, if you're both watching this or whatever. Anyway, peace, one love, bless.